When it comes right down to it, we believe that the local church is the hope of the world, that Jesus said he's going to continue it through the church. And we believe that he meant it, and that the church is uniquely positioned and empowered and called by Christ to be about reflecting his character in the world around us. I think it's incumbent on us who bear the name of Christ to look at us being on the first line of meeting those needs in our community. With the Kingdom Church, the money that's given in the Christmas Eve offering will go to help them finish up the work that they're doing to be able to open a 24-hour daycare facility that will provide second-to-none, Christ-centered childcare for mostly single moms who work in pretty difficult situations and at all hours of the day and evening. And then just across the road, Love Fellowship Church is also growing in their vision and desire to be effective at reaching the children and teenagers in their community, and they have this building on their property just waiting to be finished up so that it can be used for ministry to children and teenagers in their community. And the building's there, the work needs to be done, and the Christmas Eve offering will give everything that they need to be able to finish the building and make it operational as a ministry center for children in their church and in their community.
Our focus really is just allowing people just to come as they are. We took over a church on 26th Street. It was one of the worst areas in our city. OBT in 26 is plagued with crime. In partnership with Pastor Sylvester Robinson, we were able to clean up that area. We had 3 homes there that we renovated just to bring life to the community. But one of the interesting things that we found was there was a great need to reach the children there. And we had a consultant that was walking us through the daycare, and she said, you know what would be great if you guys did a 24-hour daycare? So we said, wow, what a great concept. And we utilize this daycare as a term Alan Hirsch uses as a missional daycare. Yes, it's a for-profit on one side, but the other side is to reach children that will greatly reach their parents. Because in our day, if we want to reach people with the gospel, oftentimes they don't care how much we know, they want to know how much we care. So if we can cater to their kids and show them what the love of Jesus is outside of what they experience at home, they'll go back home and tell their parents, come see a man that changed our lives. And we hope that the gospel will be the central focal point of our initiative.
We profess to be God's ambassadors here in the earth realm. And if God is hope and if God is love, the church ought to do exactly what God is. And so hope literally means expectation. And when we become hope, when we become the expectation, what we do is we lift them up from a place of depression and oppression by just being the hands and feet of Christ, being that source of hope, that there is something better. There is light at the end of the tunnel. You know what? There's a better way, and it becomes a visual for them. So it's not just what they've heard, they're able to see it. When we think about Christmas Eve offering and the blessing that it would be to us, we are able to purchase some property here in Orlando, and on the property is a house that needs some renovations. Currently, the way the facility is set up, we do not have additional space to do children's ministry. And so it would allow us to have a space where we could do that and begin to do programming that's going to help impact and influence young lives, and then also give us additional office space to use so we could literally become a full service ministry.
I think at its heart, every church that wants to get close to having the view of the potential of the church that Jesus has, it needs to look not just at how are we the church for each other, how are we the church on the inside, but we need to be looking outside the walls of the church and seeing how can we be good for our city, how can we be good for the people who are distressed and vulnerable in the world around us. I think that is core to the mission of the church. Jesus habitually, as a part of his messianic work, was about recognizing the needs and meeting them in a way that transformed lives.
It really does take a village to raise a child, and we believe that we are that village. It goes beyond just daycare. It goes beyond just watching your child. It goes into the formation of the child. I think the local church is the hands and feet of Jesus. It was the way that Jesus intended for us to do greater works. The local church is the heartbeat of the community, and oftentimes we neglect the necessity of the local church because we don't see how important it is. But I believe the local church is the hand and the foundation for a lot of the things that our culture and our community needs.
This particular collaboration of churches allows us to represent the church universal, where it's not about a denomination, it's not about black and white, it's not about colors and creeds. It's about just being who God called us to be, the church. So now we move from just having church, we move to being the church. And as being the church, we change the world. So now we become world changers.